Hello everyone, this is Storm 101 here. Today we'll be taking a look at long range of weather forecast for the United States. So now let's go ahead and get started with the GFS model. We'll also be looking at the FE3 GFS. That'll be the new one coming soon for next year to be replacing the old GFS. We'll be looking at the CMC model, aka the Canadian model. We'll also be looking at the Euro and also the Climate Prediction Center, and also stuff that I want to really look at next week. And I'll show you that in a moment. I will show you what I'm going to be talking about next week is a possible snowstorm that all these models do want to show. And these models do have some of them do have a similar story, some of them have a different story on this possible storm. And yes, we could have a little bit of a winter storm. It's not this one. It's going to be the next system that I want to look at. This one right here, that'll be coming across Kansas into Missouri, all the way up to around the Great Lakes region for Wisconsin. We got a gaining low pressure right there. And there's your cold front. That could bring some Arctic air for this weekend. And maybe even bring some flurries for the first time for around the Kentucky area if it's possible. For that, if the cold front is more quicker, then we get that chance for flurries. And that moves on to the northeast. It's not going to be necessarily a nor'easter, but it could bring some good amount of snow for Maine, at least. A little bit of a clipper there going across the Great Lakes region. Alrighty, here's the system that I want to look at. Now, this is going to be starting on Monday of next week. We already got snow trying to show up down to Texas, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. Kind of doubt that snow could be that far south in this kind of time in November. We get a gaining low pressure system coming out from the Gulf, as you can see there. And then, it looks like we have a system there that don't really show anything, but we do have one there. And we got that cold air and that moisture colliding, making some snow. And this is something I really want to look into because this could be a possible snowstorm. And there's that low pressure system bringing in a cold front. We got another low pressure there that could be a subtropical system bringing in a lot of moisture up into the southeast, bringing that snow chance. And it really keeps on building up. And it becomes more stronger. And this could be a potential nor'easter as well. That could bring a good amount of snow from the northeast. And those people are not alone. There could be people as far as South Tennessee that could see this snowstorm developing. That's the snowstorm I want to look at. We're not going to continue any more further. This is not that far out, guys. The system gets out here on next Thursday, which is about a week away. Alright, let's look at the F3 GFS here. Actually, I should probably show you the snow totals first on this. So the snow totals is showing is a good amount of snow for the northeast, maybe in that high mountain in New Hampshire or Vermont. You can see up to 28 inches of snow up in the mountain areas. Even you can see over a foot of snow in places like Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, maybe down into New York State as well. We got 1 to 3 inches. Could be our first measurable snowfall of the season for states like Kentucky and Tennessee. Could see their first snowfall. Even for Texas as well. And maybe Oklahoma too. And maybe a little bit in Arkansas, but I doubt that. It's a glitch probably from the GFS. Now let's get into this model here in particular. And there's that system. This system's not that great, but this is just something to look at. This will bring in updates shortly. Shows a little slightly more stronger a kind of a system there. And here we go with this guy here. You can see here, it's a very similar story. You get snow as far as down Tennessee, gain strength along the coast, so it's bringing in a very similar track, but a lot more snow with this one here. But it don't show a low pressure system up here. That's the concern there from this model here in particular. It doesn't show a weak clipper up there. And there goes your snow. There, you can see some pretty heavy snowfall on the backside of that low pressure. So the FV3 GFS, it's got a good agreement with the original GFS, but it shows a much higher snow total. You can see about a foot of snow stretching from, well, at least from Maine all the way down to West Virginia, and I do doubt that in the mountains. But don't worry, this model will get more updates pretty soon, and it probably won't be. Just take a grain of salt on that model. Let's just say that. Alright, let's look at the CMC model. It's not that great. It's about as bad as the FV3 GFS, but it's still the FV3 GFS is actually better than the CMC model. That's why you got them in order here by the best here. And that model is just last. It's the worst one in this list. Y'all might be wondering why I don't show the European model on this website. Well, because it doesn't have precipitation. But we do have a different website, just to give it out there. So there's stat systems. Maybe even get to see a secondary system. Maybe trying to develop there, bringing some extremely heavy snow for Maine. But we kind of doubt that for a minute, and it kind of merges into one major system up in Canada. Alright, here we go again. There's a good agreement still with snow down in Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, maybe even up to Kansas and Colorado. And this becomes a little bit of a stronger system as well, bringing us some pretty heavy snow from the Northeast as well. Also, very similar story. You got snow stretching all the way down to Tennessee. So far, there's been a very good agreement with snow just going along in here so far. And you got a clipper going up there as well. Alright, now for the Euro model. So now we're going to skip all the way into Monday at noon. That could be a little further up, but it's okay. So you got all that cold air coming down here. And there's your low pressure system around New Orleans. We got a lot of snow in Missouri. Let's go to 7 o'clock on Monday. Then you get a little bit of a snowstorm developing in a way different spot than the other models. It does have the same area for the low pressure system down the southeast, but not where the snow is. And the thing is that probably the cold air is not there in time for the Euro, so it's a little bit late. Let's go to 3 a.m. on Tuesday morning. As you can see here, there's no snow for Tennessee, West Virginia so far. It's just showing snow from Oklahoma and all the way up into the Great Lakes region. Then you get to see some snow up there. It seems like what we're looking at here is a warm front right over here. That's what it's looking like. There. 11 a.m. on Tuesday. Then Kentucky and Tennessee does get to see some flurries there. So, it's not going to be as much snow from this model. And then shows some snow on the backside of the cold front. There's your low pressure system just north of Ottawa, Canada, and there's your cold front right there. Go to 11 p.m. Maybe, so it's a little bit of a strong cold front, bringing a decent amount of snow. Well, it's not a lot, but it's still a good amount of snow. Everybody gets a chance to see their first snow of the season. Then we go to 11 a.m. on Wednesday. It pretty much just moves out and just left with flurries and maybe even some lake effect snow as well for the Great Lakes region. Alright, so as of right now so far, the three models that I showed you earlier was the GFS, the FV3 version of the GFS, the Canadian model. They all agree. Here, let me show you the map. So I made this map right here. So if you're in the red area, you get a chance this is from model guidance. So, in the red here, you get a chance for snow. Just a chance. Maybe like a 20% chance or 40% chance of snow. If you're in the darker blue, you get to see the best chance for snow. And this is just by model guidance here. Because, excuse me, most of the models want to agree on snow in the blue area, but the Euro, it's all the way back here. I may need to expand that red back here into Oklahoma there, and probably a blue area right back in here as well. Let me go ahead and do that real quick if I can. No, it doesn't like that. Okay, so there's blue here and there's red on the outside, just like a circle for the most part. So, also another big thing coming in for this weekend for a good amount of people is the cold air. You can see way below average temperatures stretching from the plains all the way through the Midwest into the Southeast. It's a large area of below average temperatures, and it even includes for these states as well, down here. And I'm going to show you from the Climate Prediction Center what they got. So this is 6 to 10 days out. They got way below average temperatures stretching from like Texas all the way up to the Ohio Valley in the Midwest. While the preferred precipitation wise, I think they overdone with the dry area. I think they need to back this off here a little bit. At least for these states right here where the tracks has been going. I do agree with above average precipitation along the coast. It's been showing that so far. If we go to 8 to 14 days out, we can go here. Alright, so a little bit of a different story here. NOAA is not really great with their forecasts. They always follow the CFS model. That's the problem. But it is something to look at, though. They got below average temperatures, both certainly for the Northeast, stretching down into Texas. So a very similar story, but the problem is they get that above average temperatures way out in here. And it's kind of looking like that a little bit as well. If we look further into the GFS here, if we look at temperatures, 2 meter anomaly temperatures here, if we go to, so this is about the time around here. You can see here they get above average temperatures right around there, and you also get below average temperatures. So that kind of follow the GFS there, and it kind of stays that way for the most part. So that's probably where they got it from. And even right here, we may even get to see some severe weather try to come up right along there. But it's still pretty far out, though. Let's go back here. Let's look at precipitation. Unfortunately, most people are saying below average. I do disagree with that. I really do disagree with that. The changes I would make is pretty much just, I would say, average precipitation for most certainly for the east. Just most certainly average, not above average, just average. And while over here, where you get that ridge, I do agree with this area over here. I don't really agree that well for over here. Alright, so if we go ahead and go back. Alright, so let's draw. Alright, so here's this here. 3 to 4 weeks. Well, we're not really going to go into that. Not really. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video here. I recommend for y'all guys to hit the subscribe button. It's the red box that says subscribe. Wherever you hit that subscribe button, there's a bell icon on the right side. Hit that bell icon so you never miss upload. Also, leave a like on this video. All these things will help me a lot. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.